Hey everybody, JoLo Castro here, or JoLo from the JoLo Show with Vince Russo, and I'm serving up a little JoLo special for you today for our brand members and new fans alike. If you're new to the JoLo Show, it's a sort of fireside chat between Vince Russo and myself, where I ask Vince specifically non-wrestling related questions submitted by our brand members. And so far on the show we've talked about music, movies, popular culture, family, you name it. And every once in a while we get a little sidetracked and hee and haw about professional wrestling, but the goal is to have a great conversation, and we've had some pretty good ones so far. So here for you is the latest episode of the JoLo Show that we just recorded on this Thursday night. So stay tuned with Vince on Facebook, on his new Facebook page, facebook.com/official Vince Russo, and thank you so much for your support. Have a great day.
It's JoLo's YouTube special. This time around, Vince and Joe talk about Tom Jones, Tom Green, cartoon characters, film directors, and as usual, much more. Now here's Joe and Vince.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the JoLo Show, episode 6. I believe we're on episode 6 now. The magic number 6. I don't know if 6 is a special anniversary, Vince, but it feels good to make it to the over 5 mark, doesn't it?
Bro, was that your radio voice at the beginning?
No. This is my radio voice, Vince. WKPR, like 98.5. Playing you the hits of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I have a great radio voice.
What are you, Les Westman, bro?
Les Westman. Nah, I'm Wolfman Jack.
He was the best.
I'm back with the stacks of wax. I forgot the whole thing. My dad, huge Wolfman Jack mark. So everybody go Google Wolfman Jack now.
Wolfman Jack, Midnight Special, bro.
Oh, man. What a great personality. I have, when I got this microphone, I put a quote and a picture up on Facebook that was from him that said, "We are put on this world to make other people happy. And doing so makes us happy."
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a wonderful quote. And since I got a microphone now and my hair makes me look like Wolfman Jack kind of when I've got it really going, I channel his spirit whenever I hit the mic. So every once in a while I'll slip into it. But anyways, Vince, welcome back to the JoLo Show, and welcome to our brand members again to another JoLo Show. Here is the show where we take your questions, and I put up the question thread this morning as opposed to yesterday. Sorry about that. Next week we'll get it up on Wednesday for sure, so we'll get a bunch more questions in. But thank you to the folks who did post questions. As usual, the JoLo Show has got its fans, and we've got you guys submitting great questions for us. So we're going to tackle a couple of your questions as usual. And, Vince, if we have spiral into a conversation about our opinions on Japanese wrestling, or what we're...
Let it go, bro.
we'll roll with it.
The greatness of Finn Balor.
About the greatness of Finn Balor. I just watched NXT, kind of, sort of. I think I need to rewatch it to remember exactly what really happened. That was of interest.
You probably forgot, bro.
Brian Kendrick. That was the big
thing. I love Kendrick, bro. I'm a huge Kendrick fan. Yeah, bro. A lot of people, when I worked with him, like they just didn't get him because he's kind of an odd bird, bro. I'm a huge Kendrick fan.
You know what's funny is I have never seen him actually in a match. I admit to it right now.
Really, huh, bro?
My window of wrestling watching started and ended right in the time when he was not wrestling for the WWE and I wasn't watching TNA.
Right.
And then I knew his name, I knew of him, and so when I saw his the package that they played for him, I was like, oh wow, this guy. Oh, I know Brian Kendrick's name, but I've never seen him. He looks really cool. Like, and they played all of his highlights, and it was I was genuinely interested. So I'm kind of excited to see guys like Rhino and Kendrick.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah, it's fun. I also caught up on Lucha this week. Why are we talking about wrestling? We did it again.
Yeah, forget it, bro. Let's go.
Forget it. What is wrestling? I don't even watch it. Forget it. Right. Anyways, first question. Let's just roll into it. First question is from Josh. Was it Big Josh?
Is it Big Josh Hinkle?
I don't know. It just says Josh. Like all lowercase, very humble.
Maybe by the question I'll be able to tell.
All right. It opens with, this is a 2-part question, if that's okay. I think that's okay. Having heard you mention Tom Jones a few times, Vince, do you have a favorite song of his? Also, to both Vince and JoLo, did you have a favorite cartoon that you enjoyed watching growing up? So first of all, favorite Tom Jones.
I'd probably have to go with Delilah.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a real swinging song. Just back and forth.
What about you, JLo?
JLo. If you ever call me that again, that'll be the
JoLo,
last time.
sorry, bro.
That'll be the last time that we ever have a JoLo.
Sorry, bro.
That's all right. My favorite Tom Jones is Sex Bomb.
That's an older one, bro. You know, it's later on, much later on in his career.
It is. But I liked Disco Era Jones. I did.
Got you. Okay. All right.
He just had exactly the right voice to fit in with the really like charismatic male vocalist who had like the like more macho sound to their voice as opposed to like the Gibb sound.
Yeah.
You know? So and I just liked it. It was raunchy. It was silly, and that was everything that kind of Tom Jones could totally get away with doing. Before guys like Prince were saying vulgar stuff and pushing limits with the sexuality of their songs, Tom Jones would just be straight up about what he wanted to do that evening, and people were like, "Oh, much. What a mensch, what a guy." Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. Now, what about the cartoon gimmick?
Oh, well, why don't you take that first? Because your set of cartoons was completely different from my set of cartoons. And I've watched a ton of cartoons, trust me.
Bro, I'm going to go I'm not going to go with a particular cartoon. I'm going to go with a cartoon character.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes. Is it Grape Ape?
No.
Okay.
Mr. Foghorn Leghorn, bro.
What a personality. That is, and just, wow.
Hold on. Keep talking, JoLo.
All right. I'll talk about my interest in Foghorn Leghorn. I liked that he was the only, like, rooster, obviously, character in any of his cartoons, but he always set himself up to be such an expert. Oh my God. He set himself up to be such an expert, but he was always so full of it. So full of it.
Bro, I think he was borderline genius, to be honest with you.
He was only ever competent when it came to foiling the dog. If the dog ever got in his way, he could handle himself. But if it was anybody else, if it was the hens or if
that little hawk
if it was either of them, he could not handle himself, and that was the funniest part to me.
Yeah,
he's a hilarious character. That's a good answer. Oh man. Cartoons growing up. So when I was really little, I really liked to watch the Jetsons.
Did you really, huh, bro?
They would do replays of a couple of Hanna-Barbera shows, and the Jetsons really struck me because I was big into the future and space and science fiction, and things flying around. So the Jetsons really struck me as like, oh, what a vision of the future. I could care less about the Flintstones.
Is Gigantor way ahead of your time?
No. Japanese animation and me go back a long way.
So that was a good one. I used to watch that every day.
If it's got a big robot in it, I'm there. I'm 100% sold. I've
always
wanted to see big robots.
Another one I was hooked on. Now that we're talking about it, Speed Racer.
Oh yeah, that's another Japanese animated show that was really good.
Yeah,
very mature storytelling for a cartoon show. Transformers. Did you ever watch that?
Never a big Transformers guy, no.
Yeah, not really?
Mm-mm.
I was into it, not a lot. I didn't buy the toys very often. I think I had one, maybe two Transformers growing up.
Mm-hmm.
But the shows that I go back to, here's what I think. All right, I'm going to, as opposed to growing up, here's what I think is one of the best American-produced cartoons I've ever seen. Futurama.
Never watched it.
It's 100% one of the greatest cartoons.
Really, huh, bro?
Yes. And
I never heard anybody sell it that way, man.
All right, ready for the really quick Futurama pitch. Ready? This is for you. This is for the brand. This is my pitch for Futurama. So a show like Family Guy relies on taking you to like another place to make a punchline. They take you back in time, or they tell you a joke and they set it up with a little scene. Futurama doesn't do that. They just always move forward with their puns, and their jokes are just 1 second to the next. The writing of that show is brilliant. And then they also, on top of it, if you look at the little details of it, and they're one of my favorite phrases in the entire world is God is in the details. Because if you create and you make stuff, the details are really like what's important to you, you know? Mm-hmm. So they put so much detail in that show. They hire real scientists to write all the math on all the boards. They have episodes that have brought their audience to tears on a cartoon that's supposed to make you laugh. Mm-hmm. And it's like episodes about love, about family, about friendship. In between, there's just goofy, wild episodes. It's so brilliant. You just Netflix any episode.
Yeah, I'll check it out, bro. I'll check it out.
So yeah, that's my pitch for that. Do you watch any? Do you watch like Family Guy or any current cartoons that are on? Not really.
I don't like them, bro. I don't like them. I'm used to what I grew up with. I don't like the new stuff.
Fair enough. There is if you like what you grew up with, there's a TV show called Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
I know it, but I haven't seen it.
Short premise: the character Birdman becomes a defense attorney, and he takes on cases of cartoon characters who have beef with each other in the environment. So the Jetsons come from the future where everything is polluted and mutated and horrible, and they sue the present for polluting the earth.
Oh, interesting, man.
That's one of the episode premises.
What is that on Adult Swim?
Yeah, that's an Adult Swim show from that was on a couple of years ago. So
and what's it called again?
It's over and done with now. It's called Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
Is that on Netflix?
I don't know. We'll have to look that up later. I will. Actually, you know what? Let me look it up really, really quick right now. I think you would, if you like those old shows and you like those characters, it's the same characters just doing ridiculous
I gotta watch
stuff.
that, bro. I like that.
The humor sometimes can be hard to keep up with because it's very fast paced, but it's very funny. It's a wild show. Let's see. Oh wait, search TV. Okay. There's a fantastic website called Can I Stream It? And you can just go there and type in the name of any TV show and movie, and you just get it right. It tells you if you can play it on anything. Let me see if it's on Netflix. It's popping up right now.
What's it called? Can I play it?
It's not available on Netflix, man.
Okay.
But maybe I'll ship you the DVDs. I think I have them over here somewhere.
Okay, cool.
Anyways, Harvey Birdman, Brand, and Vince.
I got to check that out, bro.
Right. So thank you, Josh, for the two-part question. Talked a little bit about Tom Jones, a little bit about cartoons. Chad 22. I know Vince is a big 60s Batman fan. We all know that. But was he ever into reading comics as a kid or adult? Same question for me.
Not really, bro. Here and there, but I never really got into it. I'm more of a visual guy, bro. I hate to read, bro. I absolutely hate to read.
You see, I never got into it either. So we both have a really boring answer to this question. I never got into it either, but it wasn't for that reason. I used to read like I needed to do it to live. I would stay up when I was little. I would have a little reading light. And I would stay up till about 3 a.m. reading books. And when my parents would come check on me, I'd turn off the light, pretend like I was doing nothing, turn back on the light, and keep reading. And I was obsessed with it. But comics, I just never picked up on comics. It was too much of like a weekly keep up with it thing. There was a wealth of knowledge there, and I've read a lot about comics, and I go see all the movies, and I like the stories, but I just never read all the comics while they were popular, you know. And they're still they're still popular. Don't get me wrong, but I can't keep up now. I will say there's a few what are called trade paperbacks that are standalone stories that have been really entertaining. But I can't do the weekly or the monthly comic thing. I just can't.
Yeah, I hear you.
So sorry about that, Chad. But hey, why don't you, Chad, in the next thread, tell us what you read. Let me know if there's something that I'm missing because I'm always looking to enrich myself. So let me know in the next JoLo show thread. Pow. Question from Mr. Excitement.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Do you remember Tom Green when he was on the Celebrity Apprentice?
Of course. A Celebrity Apprentice. I go back to Tom Green on MTV. Are you kidding me?
Tom Green show.
Yeah.
He got fired on the second episode because he went drinking with Dennis Rodman and feuded with Scott Hamilton. The question is just, do you remember Tom Green?
Of course, bro. I was a huge Tom Green mark. As a matter of fact, I did that angle on the WWE with GTV, and I wanted it to be Tom Green.
Interesting.
That's what it was designed for.
I never got into that Tom Green's style, man.
Oh, bro, brilliant, man.
It was
brilliant.
over my head.
Yeah, he does a talk show now on Access TV. He's real good, bro.
I've heard it. I've heard clips from his show, and I've seen interviews, and I've read interviews with him that are very good.
Yeah.
And his insight into comedy in general, and his insight into his own career and people that he's met and talked to is really good stuff.
Yeah.
Really, really good stuff. So I didn't get on board with his TV show gimmick and the bum bum song and all that.
The bum bum song. Yeah.
I couldn't bite at that age. And now it reminds me of stuff like Tim and Eric. Do you know who those guys are?
I don't know who that is now.
Okay, maybe you'll like these guys if you like Tom Green. Tim and Eric are a comedy duo who makes live action stuff that goes on Adult Swim. That's just out of your mind. Like, it's strange, interesting, funny. They do like fake commercials from time to time or little skits, and they hire amateur actors to do a lot of them, so it ends up being unintentionally hilarious certain ways. They're an interesting pair, and Tom Green kind of reminds me of them a little bit. You might like them. Maybe I'll send you an email later with a couple of links in it. Or
okay.
even better, Mr. Excitement. If you like Tim and Eric, find us a couple good Tim and Eric links and put them in the next JoLo question thread. Or you can put them in the comments for this JoLo show post.
Yeah.
Even.
Let's put the brand to work, bro.
Yeah, brand. We're gonna get you to churn out some information for us from some stuff to watch. Don't forget that you've got to all watch Tommy, because I haven't heard anybody talk about how much they love that yet. Because you should all be talking about how great Tommy
exactly.
is.
They should have seen it this past week.
Your lives have changed at this point. You're not the same person you were.
They shouldn't be.
Feel free to talk about how awesome it was to see Anne Margaret rolling around in baked beans.
Baked beans.
That comes spewing out of a television screen. Did I mention that's how they get there?
Bro, let me ask you about a movie. Do you ever see this movie? JoLo? You ready for this movie, bro?
Let's see.
Videodrome.
I love that movie.
What a great movie, huh, bro?
Oh, dude.
What a great movie.
All hail the new flesh. Man,
I own that. You own that, bro?
You know I don't, but I studied
It's in my library, bro. James Woods.
Oh, man. That was David Cronenberg, wasn't it? I think.
Yep. James Woods, Deborah Harry.
Oh, I forgot she was one of the leading ladies. She was a leading lady in that. She's hot, bro.
Yeah, bro. Great
Deborah
movie.
Harry.
Great movie, huh, bro?
Brand, if you want to get freaked out one night, turn out all the lights and get out your notebook, take notes, and watch Videodrome.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good. I know, bro. Now that we're talking about it, I got to go watch it again.
I don't even want to tell them what it's about.
It's hard to tell them what it's about.
It is, isn't it? Okay, here. I'll sum it up with a real short sentence. It's about a TV show.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. I got to go watch that again now, bro. I might watch that this week.
I don't think that my girlfriend has seen it yet, so I might subject her to it real soon. She's going to hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not. It doesn't seem like a girly date movie, bro, you know?
No. Yeah. Put the kids to sleep.
Yeah.
Warn your significant other if they're a little squeamish. And it's not that the movie's like too bloody per se, but it definitely gets there. It'll get you.
Yeah, no, it is. But I wouldn't call it bloody though. There's some real good special effects.
It is. Okay, if you've seen that, have you seen Naked Lunch?
Yes.
Vince.
Yes.
Bro.
That's whatchamacallit. What's his name, bro? Naked Lunch.
Cronenberg directed that too, I think.
Yeah, I'm talking about the actor. He was
Peter,
Do the Right Thing, right? Do the Right Thing.
Peter Weller was the main actor in that.
Oh, Peter Weller,
the guy from RoboCop.
I'm thinking of another weird movie like that, bro.
Yeah. Anyways, Peter Weller was the star of Naked Lunch. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And also Ian Holm is in it. I think he plays his boss.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Another brilliant freak you out movie. So.
And then there's a race ahead.
Okay, now we're getting into David Lynch territory, right?
Yeah.
We are just now working through Twin Peaks in this house. So
Oh.
I know, Mr. Excitement, we may have strayed from Tom Green to a completely different territory.
I used to get so pissed
is
off
good
because
stuff.
of all the David Lynch movies I've watched.
You wish.
Yeah, exactly. I've watched. It took me like about 4 or 5 of them to realize and come to the understanding that they don't make any sense, bro. You can sit there and try to figure it out for 13 years. They don't make any sense, bro.
That's his intention most of the time, is to get you to start talking about it.
Yeah, it took me a long time to figure that out, bro, but they don't make sense.
I had
Mulholland Drive, bro. I can watch it 97 times and I don't get it.
It's, oh man, he is a master of really making you second guess what's going on. Speaking of great weird directors, I like Terry Gilliam. I love Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and Brazil. They're two of my favorite movies. Flat out. Both great, weird, freak out movies, too. So, Tom Green, David Cronenberg, David Lynch. We've gone through quite a number of great directors here, Brand. So, again, homework, just stacking up. Stacks of it. Like, really. And this is like enrichment. This isn't just like popcorn, who cares? This is like movies you'll be talking to people about. Like, have you seen Videodrome? Have you seen Fear and Loathing? Have you seen Naked Lunch? Trust me. And trust Vin. Take it from us. We could talk about these movies for far longer than the JoLo show goes on. So
that's true, bro. Great movies, man.
Right. So let's roll on. Space Dave 2000. I feel like that needs lasers after it.
Yeah, some kind of intro, some kind of pyro, something.
Here we go. Space Dave 2000. That was free, Space Dave. You can clip that out of the show and use it as your
every
audio
time you walk into a room. Yeah.
Play it on your phone. He asks, he actually states that Glenn Gilbernetti claims you might be somewhat of a penny pincher. Can you comment on that?
I don't know if penny pincher is the right word. I'm very frugal.
Frugal.
Bro.
Hey, penny pincher, or as he put it, frugal. I didn't read the rest of the
I am very frugal. I'll admit to being very frugal. I watch my money, bro. I really do.
I got a problem. If I get money, I spend it. It's awful, and I'm working on it. I am, slowly but surely, especially as I get better at job. This is the first time that I've ever had a job for over a year. For longer than a year, I mean to say. So I've moved from job to job. I've never made enough to really start saving. I haven't gotten used to the idea of having any savings yet. So I'm just now getting into that mindset personally. So I don't, there's nothing wrong with being frugal, though. I think that's, what is it? Thrifty is on the Scout law.
Yeah, thrifty. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's considered a good quality.
Yeah,
I think. Overspending is not
I don't like to waste money, man. What can I say? I don't think nothing's wrong with that, bro.
Nothing wrong. No, not at all. Now, I will say this. I'm a vigorous defender of luxury from time to time.
See, I'm not.
From time to time. That's it. Balancing all things, my friend, which means,
bro, even when I was making like WWE, WCW money, bro, I had a normal house, a normal car, nothing. I don't spend it that way,
That's
bro.
That's not a for time to time spending, Vince. I'm saying that every once in a while, you ordered the steak at dinner.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, I can see that. I thought you were talking big ticket items.
No, I'm saying that you're not just eating McDonald's every day because you're pinching.
That's all right. That's good.
But every once in a while, you get yourself a nice dinner.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But no like cars or boats or whatever. No, like benders, big bar tabs or anything. I'm just imagining enjoying the finer things in life on a reasonable level.
I hear you.
So, yeah, definitely nothing wrong with that. We have, next up, a question from Johnny Glock. Johnny Glock says, "Hi, Vince, big fan here. A few questions for you. Is your wife or kids a fan of wrestling? Did they ever watch The Attitude Era? Oh, I let a wrestling question sneak in. Oh, whatever. I break my own rules here on the JoLo show from time to time.
Yeah.
But I did post the thread a little bit late, so maybe I'll bend the rules a little bit. Also, it seems like Johnny Glock might be his first time we've ever read a question from Johnny Glock. So, Johnny, you're lucky that I didn't read the question ahead of time and
give him a pass.
I said the W word. in the middle of the JoLo show. So, is your family a fan of wrestling?
Not at all.
There we go.
Not at all.
Hey, thanks for answering. Next question. But seriously, thanks, Johnny Glock, for asking a question. The funny thing is the next post in the thread is me saying, hey, thanks for the question, Johnny, but it's not a wrestling question.
Yeah.
So Johnny did not ask a second question, but Johnny, you are absolutely welcome to submit more questions in the next thread, and we will answer them. Just don't hide the wrestling word in the middle of there, and I'll be all right. So let's see. Here's a question about hockey teams. Vince, what are your favorite hockey teams?
I'm not a big hockey guy, bro. As a matter of fact, it's probably my least favorite sport, although I always say it's the best sport to see live, but it's my least favorite sport. But I was an old school Minnesota North Star fan, and then when they moved to Dallas, I stayed with them. Dallas Stars.
Dallas Stars. All right. This question came from user Kieran A91, and Kieran also goes on to ask, I remember you wore a NJ, a New Jersey jersey back in WCW, so Kieran is assuming that that's your team.
What jersey was it?
A New Jersey. I think that's the... I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it.
Oh, no, Devils. Yeah, Devils.
Devils.
No. I think we were just... I think we might have been at the Meadowlands, I think. But no, I'm not a New Jersey Devils fan.
Okay. So I grew up in St. Louis, so we had the St. Louis Blues.
Yep.
Which from what I understand, is a fairly respectable hockey team.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
So I've only been to one hockey game in my life, and it was a fun game. I had a great time, and I just never went to another one.
Yeah, hockey's great to see live.
Yeah, it was a good time. I had a good time watching it live, but I just never picked up on with the games or anything. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a question here, and Vince, I might do a commercial break thing here to edit, like a really quick transition edit. It's a question I didn't want to ask immediately because it pertains to guests and compensation.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to discuss that.
That's fine.
Okay, sure. So I will not edit this part in. I guess we'll just leave it in. Yeah,
that's fine.
All right, then. Well, then Beer Money goes on to ask, are guests compensated for coming onto your show? Or is it a mutually agreed upon favor since they get exposure and can plug whatever they're doing?
That's it. Yeah, I mean, bro, I honestly, bro, I wish I can compensate guests to come on the show. I mean, I really do. Trust me, if I would, I could. But, basically, that's why, like, when we bring a guest on, like, I know EC3 is coming on this weekend. And, that's why I'll make sure, I plug the product, I plug TNA. I mean, I'll do that all for him in return of him coming on the show. And, I mean, and a lot of times, bro, like, especially here, they're my friends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Except, like I said, EC3 I never met. So it's going to be the first time I'm talking to them.
Really?
But usually they're my friends, so it's just kind of two friends talking, really,
Awesome. Yeah, that's well, there you go, Beer Money. You got a little insight into the process behind the swerve and some of what Vince does here on the site. So that brings us to the end of our question thread. Not really. Let's see, much else to talk about here on the JoLo show. It was a bit of a short thread. It was
short thread. Well, bro, we could talk about a couple other things if you need a little bit more time.
Sure. What are you doing? Let's throw a little extra on top of this since the question thread was a little bit short. We'll throw a little extra on here, especially if you got something. I'll try to think of something in the
I'm wearing my Cal Ripken hat today.
I noticed, yes.
And do you know why, bro?
No.
It is 8:00 here in Colorado. Mm-hmm. And I proudly am going to declare that I did not shower today.
All right, just get it out there.
Okay, did not usually get up first thing in the morning and shower.
Good thing this isn't smell-o-vision, all right?
Not smell-o-vision, but bro, let me tell you what I did today, okay, which is worth it, I think. First of all, I got up. I always get up. I do all my writing. I catch up on all that stuff, do all that stuff. So I get all that out of the way. Then usually what I do is when I'm done with that, then I usually get in the shower.
Okay.
Except we've been getting a lot of snow here in Colorado.
Oh, fair enough.
So I'm like, you know what? If I don't shovel, my wife's going to yell at me when she gets home. So I don't want to shower and then shovel.
Right.
So I went outside and shoveled.
Okay.
So now, bro, I shovel my whole driveway. Bro, there's an elderly lady who lives next door. So now I had to go shovel her driveway. So good 2 hours of shoveling today. Then there was a little bit of drama that went on in the middle of the day that got me caught up. And then here it is, 8 o'clock at night, and I'm here with JoLo, no shower, bro.
JoLo, so that's why you put on the Cal Ripken hat. Because
That's it. Bad hair day. Very bad.
Bad hair day.
Yeah, very bad, bro.
I'm wearing I use this as a headband. That's the benefit of having my headset on here.
Yeah.
Is my headband. My hair usually looks ridiculous, but two or three times in my life though, I've woken up with a bad hair day and said, you know what? I'm getting rid of it, all of it.
That's it, huh?
I was Mr. Clean an hour later. I've done that 3 times, just on a whim. Just shave my head. Why not?
Bro, I've done that quite a bit. A lot of times I'll go through stages that I'm going to let the hair grow out. But you know how it gets to that certain stage, like you're like, screw this, bro, and you just, that always happens with me, bro, always.
I do. I start to look like, like Prince Valiant, or like I'm in like I'm stuck in a wind tunnel when my hair gets really bad, and then my girlfriend's like, why don't you go get your hair cut? I don't want to go get my hair cut. You got to find someone who's good at getting your hair cut. You got to go.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, bro.
So the last couple times, I've just actually had her do it. We got a clippers here. I sit down. We do my hair. It looks fine. I don't care, obviously, what my hair looks like. But people tell me that it looks better when it's shorter, so I get my hair cut.
Nice, bro.
I'm like I don't care, and it's partly because of that mixed heritage thing. My hair is ridiculous. I can't grow like a big beard, like a full beard. I just get this scraggly looking nothing.
Yeah,
and it just ends up looking awful. So I have to keep my beard short or gone. Enough kvetching and whining. Whoa. Anyways, I this week am going to actually go out for the first time in a long time. And I'm going to a friend's party on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, here, I'll plug something. Here, I'll do a quick plug. That's always good on the JoLo show, right? So
go for it.
I'm going to plug an event on Sunday here in Boston. I don't know if anybody who listens to the JoLo show is in Boston, but if you are, pay close attention. On Sunday at the, I believe it's the Sheridan Hotel, the Hampton Inn Hotel. Great. This is the plug. I don't even remember what hotel it's at. There is a concert at Laugh Boston, which is a comedy club in downtown Boston next to the big convention center. And I will be there on Sunday helping run things and help this concert go on for a guy who has, and here is, I'm going to break my own rule again, one of the guys at the concert has an internet feud with Dolph Ziggler. So he's a major wrestling fan.
Bro, can I tell you something? I heard a very interesting Dolph Ziggler story when I was in LA, right?
This will be the perfect cherry on the top of the JoLo show. Let's hear it.
Bro, and I was happy to get this perspective from him, from Shelly Martinez of all people.
Oh, okay.
And supposedly Shelly was in a very, very, very dark place, bro, very depressed, going through a very, very tough time in her life. And Dolph Ziggler snapped her out of it, bro, gave her very positive thoughts, very positive words, very positive reinforcement, got her out of her deep depression, and she never forgave Dolph for that. And when I heard that, I said to myself, you know what? This might be an all right guy, even though I've never met him.
She never forgave him for that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot him for that. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah,
really never forgot him for that, bro. And that kind of told me a lot about the guy.
That's interesting, man. It's really nice to hear refreshing stories about the roster and to actually believe it's what makes me pull for the product. It's the main thing that makes me pull for the product is that I know a lot of those people are just such good people and they work really, really hard. Unbelievably hard. And the first thing I tell people who I'm like, I'm a fan of pro wrestling, like, oh yeah, that's fake. I go, listen, let me tell you exactly how many shows they do a week. and what that entails and what it's like to take a bump and what it's, you have no idea. These guys put the NFL, these guys put any professional sports team to shame in terms of how much on time they have.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Can't take that away. Never take that away, bro. No. Never.
My story of I'll tell a quick superstar story to wrap things up. I don't know if I've mentioned, but I've gotten a couple times to hang out with Xavier Woods.
Bro, you name dropping?
I am.
Go ahead.
I'm going to name drop a couple of people here on the JoLo show. Xavier Woods, Biggie Langston, Brad Maddox.
Wait a minute, Xavier Woods. He's at the WWE now.
He is.
Okay, go ahead. I get him confused with the guy at Lucha, Ezekiel.
Yeah, Ezekiel.
I get them confused. Go ahead, bro.
Xavier Woods, Biggie Langston, Brad Maddox, Ricardo Rodriguez, and Rusev before he debuted.
Now tell me about that.
It was two situations. There was a time where Xavier Woods came to hang out after a taping of SmackDown in Framingham to a little mom and pop game shop. That's a really great indie game store, video game store that my friend owns in Framingham. It's called Game Underground. You guys should all go. It's a great store. And he hosted a little event, small, quiet, and Xavier Woods came and hung out and played video games and talked and just chilled post-show. And he brought with him the first time that he's done this twice now. The first time that he came by, he brought over Biggie Langston. Oh no, he brought over Brad Maddox and Ricardo Rodriguez, and then a guy showed up later in the evening wearing a hoodie and just really quiet, stood in the back, and it was Rusev.
Really, huh, bro?
And I didn't know who he was. I didn't recognize him. And some of the people in the store did. They were like, "Yo, that's Rusev." And I was like, "I don't know, whatever." And then a week or two later, here he is on TV with Lana. I'm like, that was the guy who was in the back of the shop. Oh,
wow, that's cool, bro. That's a cool little story.
Yeah. So it's being able to have really down to earth, non-wrestling moments where you see the goodness of people, just
bro, you know what it is?
My love for what they do.
JoLo, let me tell you what it is, bro, and I could tell you this firsthand, bro. 99.9% of the guys and gals are good people. The wrestling business changes you, bro. And it changes you because what you have to do, bro, what happens is you wind up being forced to put like a defensive mechanism around you, like a shield. You got to protect yourself. You got to look behind you. You got to be protected at all times. That has a tendency to change people.
Well,
and it's, and they do it because they have to.
I think that, like all things, the industry is going to eventually see that that's not a conducive way to continue doing business.
I hope so. Bro, I'll tell you this, Lucha Underground wasn't like that.
Well, maybe I think that the continued success of Lucha Underground will say something. Will say a lot to the WWE, and it'll say a lot to basically anybody who decides they're going to get into the TV business. If you're not mimicking this quick success of this show is an instant hit. If you're not mimicking that quick success, you're dropping the ball. So
absolutely.
That is the final thought. That's my brilliant guru thought at the end of the JoLo show.
Nice.
Brand, you got some free business advice if you decide to get into the wrestling TV business. You do your tapings on Thursday and Friday. No. Do your backstage stuff on Thursday and Friday, and then you tape the matches on Saturday and Sunday. That's your lesson. That's your quick road to success right there.
Can you imagine, bro? You're gonna have your absolute best product doing it that way, and they don't.
As many takes as you want. You can relax.
And they don't want to spend the money, bro.
Angles, different camera angles, better sound, relaxed setting.
Can you imagine? And they don't want. And bro, it goes much further than that because especially with TNA, bro. Not only do they not want to spend the money, like you said, to make it total perfection, but what happens is, bro, especially at TNA, and especially with Vince Russo not working there, I could tell you this: they have this whole list of pre-tapes, right, bro? As they get longer and longer and longer in the night, guess what happens?
People get tired.
No? Well, but what happens? What's the end result? Yeah.
miss pre-tape, so they end up pushing the they start cutting stuff from the end.
Cut.
Scheduling, right?
That's what happens, bro.
Well, avoid those mistakes too. Avoid those mistakes too, Brand, and then you will be competing. But
you spend money to make money, bro.
That's the way it is. And
that's the way it is, man.
With that final piece of advice, we say goodnight to you from the JoLo Show. This has been JoLo Castro and my good buddy Vince Russo. Just chatting, talking, and next week I will have the JoLo Show thread up a day earlier so we can get a couple more questions in. Hope you enjoyed our rambling there at the end a little bit. We always end up somehow talking about wrestling again, but that's kind of the way that the universe bends around you, Vince. I know
that's true.
You know, that's basically the way it goes. So
yep.
That's the way she goes. Good night, Brand, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Take care.
Good night, everybody.